Greetings, MFs. Welcome back to Rank Everything, the show where we rank everything. I'm your host Ryan, and today, uh, this is part. I guess this is a part two to the previous, which Skyrim cities would be the best for backshots video. This is technically part two. We've got so in this part we're ranking which Oblivion and Skyrim extra areas are best for backshots. So we've got like DLC areas from Oblivion as well as DLC areas from Skyrim. So I know most of these. Some of them I don't know, but we'll get through it. But our tiers for today are here at the bottom. We have no. There will be no backshots performed at this location. Simply. Then we have unpleasant. Like, the back shots will happen, but it will not be a good experience. And then from there we have better. As the back shots are better. We're getting enjoyable. Then we have good enough. The back shots, they accomplished its job. It was a relatively enjoyable experience. And then finally at the top we have great. These are great back shots. Would back shot again. Okay. So first up, we've got, what does that say? Does that say? I can't tell if that says Askved's Tower or Arkved's Tower, but this is. So I didn't play all the DLC for Oblivion, even though I have it and could play it at any time. God damn it, I'm getting an ad for Fall of Diddy just off screen right now. But Arkved's Tower. So just based on the picture, it looks like it's So Oblivion had that Templar like DLC that I always wanted to play but never fucking did. And so what I'm going to say here is that Arkved's Tower is probably that Templar place. That's just me going out on a limb. I don't know if that's true. But like it's dark, very. I'm gonna say that backshots would be unpleasant in this location. Then we've got the Realm of Boethia, which again it looks like a freaking alternate dimension. Like a lot of these are alternate dimensions. That's a like it's like a lot of these don't take place in the real world or whatever you want to call it. I mean, same thing as before. It looks like it takes place in one of the planes of Oblivion, which I mean, the Painted World and the Shivering Isles are also planes of Oblivion. It's like a lot of this stuff is stuff like that. I mean, it's just so like it's dark outside, dark clouds, red everywhere. It's just like I couldn't focus on it because I'd be too worried about like dying at some point. Because it just gives this brooding feeling, like if you were gonna do it with like a goth girl, like this is how you convince her, and then she lets you smash. But I just couldn't. I don't even know if I'd be able to keep it up. Unpleasant again. The Deadlands. Deadlands are. All right, I'm just gonna put Deadlands in no. This is actually no. I'm gonna put Deadlands in unpleasant. I think Deadlands and Boethia are really on the same level. Okay, so now we've got the Painted World. So I think this is from the Shivering Isles DLC in Oblivion, and the way that I remember it working is that because Sheogorath has like he's one of the Daedric princes, and he has like a sort of alternate ego who's another Daedric prince, and I can't remember what his name is, but they are technically two separate people, like stuck in one body, or something like that. Basically, the Painted World is like, it's a happier place, more vibrant colors, but it's something like, I think I remember what the game tells you is that the wildlife is more dangerous, like it's much more aggressive and evil, so like it like lulls you in with the pretty surroundings and you get killed. Versus like the regular Shivering Isles where everything's like dull and dark and kind of brooding, but it's not actually dangerous. That's what I remember. But the Painted World, I mean, okay, under the assumption that I'm not gonna be murderized by some giant fucking praying mantis or something like that, or some such other demon monster. This would be a very pleasant place to have backshots in. I would say that this shit's pretty good enough. It just is pretty good enough. Okay. So Paradise is, so the main story of Oblivion is that you play as this character who is envisioned by the Emperor to save all of mankind before the Emperor is murdered by this cult of people who worship Mehrunes Dagon, who's the Daedric Prince of Destruction or something like that. And they're trying to make it so that he can invade the world and fuck everything up. And you go find the Emperor's long-lost illegitimate son, because he's the last of the Septim bloodline or something like that. Martin Septim is, that's his name. It's cool. You join the Blades. That's, other shit like that. But it all sort of ends up with you gaining access to these books called I don't remember what they're called, but you gain access to these books that lead you into what the cult's plan is, and you basically end up being taken to this place called Paradise. It's an alternate dimension where they live, and it's this place that they've apparently been promised that they'll go to if they worship Mehrunes Dagon, that kind of thing. But you actually go here, and it's really nice. It's a very, very nice, happy place to live. There's birds singing, there's flowers growing, sun shining. It is legitimately perfect. And that's why it's going to go in the great category. I had to explain the entire plot of Oblivion for that. Hand on Tears, Dreamwork, 2 red. No, 2 red. The Shivering Isles. So, yeah, the Shivering Isles, so I guess, I'm pretty sure this is the last one for the Oblivion. I think everything else is Skyrim after this. But, the Shivering Isles, it's not super picturesque, but, it's fine. I'll put it in the better category. Azura's Star, I guess the only complaint that I would make is that it's too blue and too spiky crystally everywhere. Because I'm not super familiar with Azura's Star. I didn't ever do that quest, or I don't know. Azura's Star, yeah, too blue, too spiky, unpleasant. Bromyanar Sanctuary Past, it takes place inside, which is where backshots typically tend to happen. So I guess it gets points for that, so at least they were out of the no range. Based on this picture, we're gonna fuck right in front of the statue. Is better. Okay. The Apocrypha from the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim is a fucking. This is probably the first really, really legitimate no, because I remember playing that DLC and that place is horrifying. That place is so scary and nasty and don't know, not a fan. Cannot splooge a load in that place. With a lady of the, or whatever, or a dude. Misty Groves, Misty Groves, so that's the thing, Misty Groves looks like it's a really nice place, but at the same time, it's just can you imagine if you were hitting it from behind, and there's just fog all around you, and while you're hitting it, you just start to hear, fucking screams. And then out of nowhere, out of the fog, and it's really dense, thick fog, and a dude just runs out of the fog at you, and you're ass naked, deep in, and you just can't do anything about it. You didn't, you can't reach for your sword fast enough, so you just, I don't know, fill in the blanks, I guess. Misty Groves is unpleasant. No, Misty Groves is better. The Soul Cairn is... It's where you get a really cool summon. You get the freaking ghost dragon summon or whatever the fuck it is. I think it's a shout. Maybe it's a spell that you gain access to. But the Soul Cairn, it's kind of, the Soul Cairn reminds me of like the Upside Down from something like Stranger Things, where, because it is kind of just like, we're like astral projecting. It's kind of like what the Soul Cairn is. We're astral projecting right now, and that's like, everything's like all dark and mysterious, and there's like spirits, and it's all like dusty, and it's just unpleasant. Sovereign Guard, I bet the craziest backshots are happening in Sovereign Guard, kind of at all times. Like all the warriors go finish having a fucking feast, and then they just go into, and then they all just break off in pairs in the bedrooms, and they just break the legal noise limit for the next 8 hours or something like that. Sovereign Guard is great. The Mind of a Madman, once again, probably the same issue that Misty Groves had, where it's kind of just too dark and foggy. Now, if you're with a goth girl and she's into that stuff, well, then perhaps. Which is why I guess I'm going to put it in probably good enough. But here you have it. This is the official ranking for which Oblivion and Skyrim extra areas would be the best to have backshots in. If y'all enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Help us hit 500. Means everything to me when you all subscribe and continue to watch the videos. Send this video to your friends and share this video with your family. No explanation needed. They'll get it. They'll understand, I promise. And see, leave a like on this video so that YouTube will recommend it more to you as well as others. Really helps me out when you do that. And finally, leave a comment down below letting me know what ranking you want to see in the future. It can be anything. The channel is called Rank Everything. Once again, thank y'all for watching. Until next time, have a good one.